Today, we're diving into the first part of an incredibly powerful graphic novel, Seven Generations Stone. And let me tell you, this is so much more than just a story. It's a journey that really digs into how our past shapes our present, setting two timelines against each other, one of modern-day crisis and another about the power of connecting with your ancestors. It's all about pain, heritage, and the long road to healing. Right from the get-go, the story hits you with this one simple image, a specific date, a family photo, with a crack running right through it. I mean, talk about a powerful opening. Instantly, you know something is deeply broken here, and you're dropped right into the middle of a mystery. And then we get this question. You know that feeling, right? That sinking in your stomach when you really need to reach someone, and the phone just rings and rings. It's a fear we can all relate to, and it pulls us straight into the heart of the emergency that's about to play out. Okay, so here's our roadmap for this explainer. We're going to follow a mother's desperate night, then take a journey into the past. We'll learn some lessons from the calling river, sit with the question in the silence, and finally look at a poem left behind. The key thing here is how we'll be jumping between these two timelines, piecing everything together. So first up, we're in the here and now. It's a dark, rainy night, and the mood is just electric with tension. We're thrown right into this mother's frantic, desperate search for her son. Her words, "Come on, pick up," man, that is a plea filled with a fear that anyone can understand. And the art here is just perfect. The rain-soaked streets, the blurry lights, it all just cranks up her panic as that phone on the seat next to her stays silent. And then, the story twists the knife by showing us what she can't see. Her son, Edwin. He's on his bed, surrounded by pills, and you see this kind of cobweb effect drawn over him, which just screams that he feels trapped. His words are absolutely heartbreaking. He doesn't just feel lost, he's given up on the hope of ever being found. From there, boom, we jump straight to the consequences. An ambulance, light screaming through the night, and we see the words from his note, "Please forgive me," as he's being rushed into the ER. You can just feel the devastation he's left behind. All right, now hold on, because just when the tension in the present is at its absolute peak, the story does something really cool. It yanks us completely out of that cold, modern city and transports us way, way back into the past. And this right here, this is the genius of this graphic novel. Look at this contrast. On the left, you've got Edwin being carried into a hospital, a place of sterile, modern intervention. And on the right, his ancestor, a young man named Stone, is purposefully walking into the forest to start a spiritual quest. It's a total opposition. One is a story of lost hope, the other is a story about finding guidance. So these are the instructions given to Stone. He's about to go on a vision quest. This is a really sacred and important rite of passage in many indigenous cultures. It's a time to go out alone, connect with the spiritual world, and hopefully get direction and purpose for your life. And wow, just look at this panel. Stone's alone by the fire. But is he really alone? He's connecting with his ancestors, with the spirits. And then an eagle appears. The eagle is such a powerful symbol of strength, of vision, of connection to the Creator. This is the moment his journey starts to pay off. The story then takes another little detour, flashing back even further. But it's super important because it's a quiet moment between Stone and his father that really shaped who he would become. It's all about the core values of his community. So here's young Stone, sitting by the calling river. And for the Plains Cree, this was no ordinary river. Imagine a place where you could go and actually hear the voices of your ancestors in the sound of the water. It was a sacred place, a direct line to the past. Now, this is such a critical moment. You have young Stone talking tough, like a kid. You know, he wants violent revenge. But his father stops him and pushes back hard against that stereotype of being savages. He teaches him a deeper truth. Their real strength wasn't about violence. It was about community, where the idea of family meant everyone. And then, just like that, we are yanked right back to the present. We're pulled from that lesson by the river to the cold, quiet, uncomfortable silence of the hospital waiting room. The whiplash is real, and the tension is just suffocating. Look at this shot from above. It's a great way to show how small and isolated the family feels. They're just trapped in this bubble of not knowing. And Edwin's words from before, "I don't even know if I'll be okay," they just echo in that silence, capturing that total hopelessness. Okay, this exchange is huge. Listen to this. His mom asks if he's ready to talk about why he did what he did, and his answer? Not the why.
Instead, he says, "Just finish the story." This is so important. He doesn't want to talk about his own pain. He needs to hear about his ancestors. That story is literally the only thing he's holding on to. It's his lifeline.
So if Edwin won't explain the why, his mother goes looking for clues herself, and she finds one, a poem that he had hidden under his bed. In what is just a gut-wrenching moment, she sits by his hospital bed. She's not there to yell or to ask questions. She's there to read his own words back to him. It's this incredible attempt to step inside his world and see the pain through his eyes. And the words in the poem, they're just haunting. He talks about being lost in a timeless, faceless place. Imagine feeling that disconnected. And drowning in a gentle wave? That's not a violent image. It's about a quiet, overwhelming despair, like you're just fading away.
She finishes reading his poem, and then her own voice breaks through. She asks the one question that has been hanging over every single page of this story, and she asks it directly to her son lying there in the bed.
And that's it. That's the cliffhanger. We're left hanging on that single, heart-shattering question from a mother to her son. We don't get an answer. All we get is the promise that this story, both Edwin's and Stone's, is far from over. The search for why has only just begun.